Well, Chris, a pretty bruising encounter. Last time out against the Scarlets. First of all, what's the shape of the squad in fitness-wise? Any doubts and so on?
Yeah, it was a bruising encounter. Everything that we like the Welsh derbies to be. From a squad perspective, we're okay. There's obviously a few bumps and bruises. A few guys got opened up, but no, other than that, we're travelling okay at this stage.
You'll obviously go with confidence because you've won the one, but how much will that really count on the day?
Oh, I think again, we've got a few things in our game that we need to put right, and from a performance perspective, we just didn't get there last week. We were inaccurate in a lot of areas, and we try to play a bit much, and we were under pressure and stuff. So we've been just focusing on getting that right, and we know that going down there, they're going to, their sails are full of wind at the moment. So again, we just got to make sure that we get our performances right and take on what they're going to throw at us.
How much of a worry was the forward display in the second half, where the Scarlets sort of turned the screw a bit at the scrummage in particular?
I think again we grew into that part of that, but again from a plan perspective, we didn't quite get that right. I thought there's a couple of decisions there that you could ask a question around, but yeah, clearly we've got to get that right, and they can hurt you pretty quickly. So that's what we've been focusing on, just trying to get our scrum right. I know that they'll be excited about coming there against us this week, and so it should be a good challenge.
How much will home advantage count?
Oh, it's going to be pretty massive, isn't it, down there? And a very parochial crowd. And again, it's just how we take that challenge on. If we go into our shells and shy away from that, then it's going to be a long day. But again, there's going to be plenty of Ospreys supporters down there as well. So the boys are excited and looking forward to it. They love these derby matches, and again, what's exciting for us is to get our game right.
It was well documented, Chris, that neither side was particularly happy with the officiating the last time out. How would you like to see the game refereed differently this time?
I guess that's a pretty tough question to answer. I think all from a coaching perspective, all we ever ask for is just transparency, really, and clear communication. And I think again, you could debate whether that happened on the weekend, and I don't think it's just the man in the middle either. Doesn't lay at his feet solely. But again, I think you can see that if we get the process right and we get everything sorted out off the field in terms of getting quality officials into these games, it's got a better product for everybody. So we just want to make sure it's clear and transparent.
And when you say it's not just the man in the middle, what are you thinking of their TMO?
I think everybody involved has got a massive part to play in this. I mean, coaches, everybody. I mean, it's not just the referee's fault. We've just got to make sure that's right. But I think from a process perspective and clear communications point of view, there's a bit to be done. But again, it's not really for me to talk too much about. I know that there's a few things going to be discussed, as the next couple of weeks go on. But again, we just got to get that right.
If you look at a half-term report, we're halfway through the league, just going into 2015.
Yeah.
Ospreys sitting pretty at the top. How would you cope with the pressure of that? Because this is still quite a young and developing group of players, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I think, the one good thing about what we do here is we keep our feet pretty firmly on the ground. We are top of the table. We won that game on the weekend. Could quite have easily have lost that game. So again, we just keep. I've talked about it before. We just keep looking at the performance. We just really need to get that right, and we've shown that we get our performances right, then we can do things. And clearly on Saturday we didn't play to the standard that we want to. And again, pressure from Scarlets. We were forced them to do stuff we don't like doing. So.
And as we go into 2015, would you say that the Ospreys are on target, or are you overachieving at the moment, above expectation?
No, we're just chipping away quietly, mate. Like I say, we haven't. We just trying to get our performance right, and that's we know that we get that right, we'll get the results. So again, that's all we've been focusing on.
Chris, you mentioned the scrum. Do you expect the Scarlets to come at you in that area from the off on the start? Yeah,
if I was them, I would. They got some good results out of the scrum, and again, it's a great challenge for us. So again, I didn't think we were too far away on some of them, and again, we've got to get a couple of things sorted out and get it right. But that's just part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, and obviously does that, you mentioned the referee, and does that add extra pressure on the official when there will be a lot of emphasis on the scrum.
Yeah, I think so. And again, it's just a matter of, we go back to that process. It's a matter of making sure that the three guys that are managing that part of it are clear and transparent. And we just got to hopefully get that bit right.
In terms of the game you're playing at the moment, Chris, in a derby, are you able to keep playing that high tempo, offloading type of game that's been a success for you this year?
Well, that's the plan, mate.
Yeah.
Depends defensively what they bring, but we know what works well for us. And I think the game of rugby is pretty simple. If you get good, go forward, and you get across the game line, it gives you opportunities. And it's, we're just trying to build our game around that. And if we can get that right, we know we're in with a shout. But what we've got to do is we've got to be smart. And again, I think just on the weekend we probably went away from what works well for us, and we paid the price for that. And again, we won't be able to do that down there. They'll be turning up as Wayne said. It's all on. So again, we just got to make sure we get our bits and pieces right and meet it head on.
In terms of reaction to, you lost a couple of games in November, disappointed in Paris, in Nantes. Have you been pleased with the reaction of the squad in terms of how they bounced back from those setbacks in the autumn?
Yeah, definitely. I think again we just keep looking at the positives and the learning out of it, and how we can turn that into again add to our performances, as we keep talking about all the time. But there was some genuine disappointment. But again, there's a couple of things that we could have, that were in our control that we let slip, and I think that's the most disappointing thing about those. But we bounced back and we're on again, and again we've got a massive game on the weekend. So just one step at a time for us, and one game at a time. We're not getting too far ahead of ourselves.
Have you got any boys coming back from injury at all?
At this stage, we're still just we're just seeing where a couple of guys are at, but we'll just wait and see. It's a bit early still this week, so yeah.
Yeah, so I suppose Dan Beaker or
No, Dan won't feature. He's still a while off yet.